'Twas the night before Fanfest, and all over the land warriors of light are gearing up for hype and cope in equal measure. Will we see a realm reborn again, or merely a continuation of the same? The answer is most probably a bit of both. Yoshi P has talked a big game about this Fanfest, telegraphing that it won't be just the standard affair, but also be a forward-oriented event focused on the future of the game itself. How all that plays out is going to be the biggest surprise of the Morrow. However, there are some gifts that we can expect to receive. Historically speaking, the North American Fanfest is an overview Fanfest. It will provide us with the high concept and general content outline that will be fleshed out over the next months at EU and JP. If you tune into live letters on the regular, like I do, this can almost be considered a Part 0 PLL. We will learn what content is coming, but not really anything about it, often not even the name. So, what are we actually going to learn? Firstly, the expansion title. The Fanfest will open with a shortened teaser trailer that will give us the name and general location of the expansion. It will also have any job reveals cut out. We saw this at the Dawn Trail Fanfests, with the Warrior of Light's Viper and Kryle's Pictomancer being filled in at EU and JP respectively. Yoshi P will be wearing a t-shirt that hints at the first job reveal, however, which will fuel a lot of speculation over the coming months. We'll also get a general release window, but not an exact date. This will probably be a season or a quarter. This winter, late 2026, early 2027, that kind of thing. I am personally expecting early 2027, but I live and dream. From there, we'll be given some story hooks and setting details. For Dawn Trail, this was the framing device of the contest for the throne, and the much overhyped Scions Divided, as well as an introduction to Tuliolal as our core city, and Gulul Jaja as a key character. Expect a couple of zone reveals as well, the equivalents of Urkelpacha and Yaktel. We will probably also get an Allied Society reveal as part of the setting. For Dawn Trail, this was the Pelu Pelu. This is generally the limit of expansion content details we receive. We'll also get a bunch of general content type overviews. For example, we will find out if we're getting a new job or jobs, maybe their roles, tank, range DPS, etc. That there will be new dungeons, an 8-player raid series, an alliance raid series, an ultimate, fates and hunts in the overworld, lifestyle content, that's things like Island Sanctuary and Cosmic Exploration, variant and criterion dungeons, etc. This actually might be an area we start to see some mix-ups. Recently, Yoshi P has spoken about overhauling a lot of old systems like the Relic Weapon Enhancement and the token system from Extremes. How? We don't know yet. But we might hear about this here, and whether this might extend to other content staples. I am going to assume that these general feature reveals will remain, however, even if they receive a bit more qualification or explanation. It's also worth noting that sometimes not everything from this list makes it in, RIP Dawn Trail Blue Mage update, not everything will be announced, hello Chaotic Alliance raid, and the numbers are not set in stone, hello second Dawn Trail Ultimate raid. Development priorities change. However, it will give us a broad sense of what to expect. Working from precedent, what comes next is usually some big system change announcements. In the case of Dawn Trail, this was the graphics update, the introduction of dual die channels, plans for the strategy board, and a couple of other elements. This is a section where we can often be surprised, especially after Dawn Trail has proven itself to be the quality of life expansion. And I am genuinely excited for this. We have already heard rumblings about certain character creator overhauls, such as removing racial restrictions on moles and other facial elements. So I would not be surprised if a character creator overhaul was one highlighted feature here. Please just give us some basic body sliders, Yoshi P, I beg you. I expect we'll also hear something about the job identity and combat overhauls as well, either here in the system changes or even in the earlier sections. However, I am unsure how much we'll learn here. Finally, the keynote generally wraps up with big announcements and a section on anything unannounced for the 0.5 patch. For Dawn Trail, we got the announcement of FF14 coming to Xbox, complete with a Phil Spencer walk-on, and we got the announcement of the Fall Guys collab and a few other features coming to 6.5. Given the teasers, I wouldn't be surprised if the upcoming second Dawn Trail Ultimate was formally unveiled here with its release window, as well as perhaps that secret Gold Saucer multiplayer event they keep hinting at, although that could be saved for EU. I do expect some curveballs here. Nobody expected the Fall Guys collab after all. So that's what we can pretty much expect out of tomorrow, based on pattern and precedent. We live in interesting times, either way, and I'm hoping we will get to see more than usual, or at least get a clear signpost about the direction the game is heading. Either way, I will be watching besides you all. This has been Laraika Laray, signing off.
Did I go and burst the bubble? Promise more than I can give. I tried to touch its cosmic sheen, but today all I smell is chlorine. Yesterday I was deep sea diving, but today I found a floor. Run my fingers over its surface, but I couldn't find a door.